All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, here we are. It's fight week, of course. You know, we're a few days out from this bantamweight title fight between Rocky Pennington and Julianna Pena. And I know, I've been talking about this fight a little bit here and there, but, I might do a couple videos on it. Of course, I got to do my prediction. But, I just wanted to kind of discuss some of the interviews. Well, just one of the particular interviews in this one. Julianna Pena, she's done a couple now just talking about how she feels about this fight and why she feels like she's going to win this thing and how she's going to win by any means necessary, basically. And, Julianna Pena, she just went on record to say she's prepared to do whatever she has to do. She just broke it down as far as being dirty and street, which, she's not going to poke an eye and bite somebody for real. But, she's just letting you know that whatever she has to do in the fight, she's going to do it. She's going to do it, and I think that's something that, we talked about Rocky Pennington having to prepare for. But my question is, at this point, with the long inactivity, will Julianna Pena be able to bring that same dog that beat Nunes the first time and that dog that gave Nunes hell in the second fight? All right, because even after hearing Julianna Pena talk about the second fight again, I had to give her a lot of credit, man, because, she did lose every round, but she made sure Amanda Nunes knew that she'd been in a fight with her. I will give Julianna Pena that. She finished Amanda the first time, but the second fight, she went in there and she did chew up Amanda a little bit. Lost every round, but she did chew up Amanda. So I'm wondering, can she bring that same dog in this type of fight against Rocky Pennington? Because that dog we haven't seen in a couple years, And to me right now, my answer to that is I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if she'll bring that same intensity, because even bringing up the Amanda Nunes fight, the Amanda Nunes fight seems to have brought something out of her, the dislike they had between each other. You know what I mean? That type of it really wasn't like, I'd say personal, but it was just like this tension between Amanda and Julianna Pena, where Pena had to prove that she was better, right? So it always made her rise to the occasion in those type of fights. And she went on record too in the interview to say it then, like she feels like if her and Nunes were locked in a room together, she would be the one that would come out alive, because she fights like she fights for her life. And that's what I figured she always does, like when she fought the way she did against Amanda in both fights, she was fighting like that. So, I was right about that with her saying that, she fights like, her life depends on it, and seeing her fight Amanda the way she did in the rematch, that's how she does, and I think that is something that she's going to need against Rocky Pennington, because I still think that Rocky over the past few years has gotten technically better than Julianna Pena. And on top of that, Rocky is so much more disciplined, I think. Rocky knows how to stay disciplined whenever, it gets heavy, even whenever it starts to get a little boring, whenever when the fight fans want to see like a little pace change and they want to see action, she still sticks to her game plan. So that's something that, Rocky is always known for, where, Pena, I think, in order to get her out of that discipline and kind of break Rocky, she's going to have that dog, kind of looking at how she's feeling and how she's talking and Julianna Pena's body language. I think she might not bring that same dog, but I still think that she'll bring at least half of that. And half of that might be enough if she doesn't get too reckless, like she still has to kind of control herself against Rocky. Because again, like I said, throughout the years, Rocky to me has gotten better. She's gone on this long win streak right now. What is she? On a 6-fight win streak right now, 6-fight win streak. So throughout those fights, you got to admit she's gotten better. And, she's got some finishes in there too. So, Pena can't just come in there strictly dog in here too, So I know there has to be some control, but it's going to be needed, because when I look at the dog in Pena, that's not just saying, okay, her fighting wild and just trying to go at and bully Rocky, but it also, it also contains the durability, and that's what I'm a little worried about. Like, that's why I take away some of them, say maybe 50% of the dog is there, because that durability is a big factor. She needs that. She needs to be able to take some shots here and there from Rocky, and when you look at Pena having a broken rib and even having the split head and taking so many shots from Amanda Nunes from the first fight and so many shots from the second fight, I still feel like that takes, that takes some years off you, whether you feel it or not. You could say otherwise, your heart can say otherwise, but when you get hit with a clean shot in the next fight, we'll see how your body reacts to it, right? Because we see like Zhang Weili getting dropped multiple times with Yan Xiaonan. I know Yan Xiaonan hits harder, and she's a little bit like more of a precise puncher than Joanna, but still like that adds up over the years, So I still think with Julianna Pena, we're going to see if that durability is still there. For me, I'm not sure, because sometimes taking those accumulation beatings throughout rounds and you just withstand it, those tend to take years off you versus you might maybe taking one shot and get knocked out cold. You can recover from that versus an onslaught of 97 significant damage and head strikes. That tends to take more off of you. And another thing you got to question too is, like Rocky was saying, like, did she kind of make a mistake about not making sure that she's trained, acclimated to, fighting at a high level, because this is what she said, Rocky. She said, just being born and raised in altitude, I would say that it's a mistake. Altitude is not a joke. It really does affect people. How many people come here and visit and be like, oh gosh, we don't understand why we're feeling like this or feeling that. We're just standing here. It's the altitude. That's when you're pushing your body to a limit. It plays a part. He said, I notice a big difference when I go anywhere. Sometimes I have to really slow down and control my breathing, because if I feel like I'm actually getting too much air and I kind of hyperventilate a little bit. So I have to train my breathing a little bit. It's something that I think every athlete should take into consideration, especially if you're going to push yourself to the limit. So that's another thing, if Julianna Pena didn't prepare to that full effect, will she be able to go in there and push herself to that limit? A 5-round fight, she's going to be coming straight forward, and she's going to be looking for, those opportunities to exchange, and even just try to rough up and counter cage wrestle and counter clinch Rocky. That's going to take a lot out of her, because Rocky, she's physically strong. I know whenever, she fought Holly Holm, she got pinned up on the cage a few times, but that's Holly. Holly is strong, but Rocky used that against Irene Aldana. She was able to handle Aspen Ladd, big girls like Macy Chiasson. So Rocky's doing right to make sure that she's working on her breathing and things like that, because it's going to come in handy down the line in the fight. So yeah, I just think with Julianna Pena, overall, that question, can she bring that same dog that she bring in the Nunes fights? I don't know. I think she'll still be tough in there, but I don't know if it'll be that same dog, because like I said, the way she talked about this fight, there is some tension and a little animosity between her and Rocky, but it wasn't like the first two Nunes fights where those put her in like that life or death situation. Like she said, like she feels like I'm tougher and better than the man at all times. And I'm always willing to prove that. So that kind of brings another level out of her. So I think, yes, she'll always fight tough like she does and have that level of recklessness where she'll go after you like she did against GDR, Valentina, Kat, all these other girls. But nothing, and she's going to bring that same kind of dog against Rocky. But I don't think it'll be that high level like it was against Amanda Nunes. But yeah, guys, that's all I got on this one. I hope this turns out to be a good fight, though. I might talk about this in another video, because I really haven't heard too many good things about this fight, as far as just it being on paper. I know a lot of WMMA fans don't like it, but I'm just hoping it delivers to kind of prove people wrong. But guys, let me know about that question. What do y'all think? Can Amanda Nunes bring that top-notch dog like she did in the Nunes fights? I think she'll bring in the dog, but not that particular style of dog. But let me know, guys, in the comment section. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. It's WMMA Talk. I'm out. Peace.